Welcome to Alco Park for NPL 2 Saturday afternoon football. We've got two undefeated teams, North Geelong Warriors and Werribee City, going head-to-head in this top-of-the-table clash. I'm Steve Curtin, and it's a pleasure to be joined today again by Tonchi Prushak. Now, games like today's are often decided by just a couple of small moments that are quite pivotal. What do you think we might see today, Tonchi?
Good afternoon, Steve, and a warm welcome to you wherever you may be. It's certainly not warm down here at Alco Park, and a complete contrast to the weather and the mood and everything associated with it from 2 weeks ago when we were here last, when North Geelong took on Geelong in the big derby. But it's Werribee City, the top team, versus the second place North Geelong. It's right across the park. There are going to be contests galore. And I guess ultimately the biggest contest will be the two attackers. Darius Madison is in flying form, the star US import striker for North Geelong. He's currently leading the goal scoring tally in the NPL second division. He's got 7 goals from 6 games, but he's followed by a couple of Werribee City players. Jake Butler, he scored 4. Alec Goodwin, he scored 3. And obviously that's where it's all going to happen. Really, the midfield of both teams, they need to provide those supply routes to their attackers. And look, Madison is such a dangerous player. If the Bees can put the shackles on him, or more importantly, Steve, if they can really stifle that midfield, they're going to look good. They're going to look good for a 7th win on the trot. However, having said that, it's Ryan Opperman. He's probably got the key role. He's right in the middle of the park, and he's going to, I guess, marshal the troops around him. And North Geelong, the Warriors, will be looking forward to supplying Madison up front with those balls. It's going to be a cracker of a contest. Even though it's freezing down here, the wind's really gusting, we're going to be bringing you the action live on the Facebook and YouTube platforms, and it is going to be an awesome contest. First versus second.
Absolutely right. As we kick off here, we're underway. The home side, North Geelong Warriors, playing from right to left of your screen. This is Weir playing down the left-hand side for North with an early attack. It's a little 1-2 with Coots. He's drawing a crowd over there on the touchline. This is Opperman. Coots has got some time to play the first-time pass, but it runs too long. That wind is definitely going to play havoc, as Tonchi was just saying. It's gusting very, very strongly towards the touchline on this near side of the pitch as you are watching it on screen at the moment from wherever you may be enjoying the match. I hope you've got a nice cup of hot coffee, or maybe even a mulled cider or something to get you through this sudden cold snap here in Geelong.
Whilst the action is in the North attacking half, we'll quickly go through the starting lineup. So we'll whiz through this because as we can see, the action has already started. For North Geelong in goals, we've got Hamish Flavel, number 1, number 2, Kai Halliday, number 4, Lachlan Weir, Anthony Banavats, number 5, Ryan Opperman, 7. Playing coach James Coots, number 8. Number 9, that man, Darius Madison. Number 19, Andrew Shaklona. 21, Julian Casano. 27, Yusuf Mohammed. And number 37, keep an eye out on him, Lockie McGrath, as Darius Madison now gets the ball and he streams forward. He's hotly pursued there by Julian Collette. Manages to get the ball around one, but he can't get around a second player. But now in the centre of the midfield, it's James Coots. He passes it out to Lachlan Weir on the left-hand side. Early initiative has been certainly with the Warriors as they look to go forward. It's 2 against 1, and the Werribee players managed to clear it out through Takanari Nishimoto, Steve.
He has, and it's already shaping up to be a good battle between Lockie Weir, who was so pivotal in that game that we came and saw here against Geelong 2 weeks ago, and he's lining up against the number 23 for Werribee, Tyler James. So that contest could be pivotal to the outcome of this match, particularly early on in the game. Clearance from Casano. And certainly the wind is carrying that one, not only over the touchline, but also over the fence. Now the lineups for Werribee City. Number 1 in goal, Christian Rossi. Number 2, Nicholas Babkar. Number 3, Sean Hodar. Number 4, Julian Collette. Number 6, Bradley Murray. Number 7, Lissandro Paz. Number 9, Alexander Goodwin. Number 10, Liam Bryan. Number 15, Takanori Nishimoto. Number 20, Jake Butler. And number 23, Tyler James. On the bench, Dion Paolo, Carlin Feely, Nemanja Spasovic, Samuel McCall, and Nikola Kostinovski. They are coached by Sergio Sabadini.
Two players to certainly keep an eye out on. Obviously, number 15, Nishimoto, who played last year with Geelong Soccer Club, or a couple of years back actually now. And number 13, who's on the bench, that's for Werribee. This is Nemanja Spasovic, who is a Geelong junior. And obviously, two players who will want to do really, really well today. And it's Lockie McGrath who battles hard there. Lockie McGrath's been an absolute inspiration the first few rounds. He played last year with Corio in State League 2, but he's a North Geelong junior, and he's certainly a player that's going to really fire up. And just keep an eye out on him, and keep an eye out on Lachlan Weir on the left-hand side, because though Weir in particular was responsible for, I'd say, 2 or 3 of those 4 goals that North Geelong scored against Geelong 2 weeks ago. He was an absolute game changer. And obviously, as we said, Darius Madison, he's just going to be a dangerous presence there for North Geelong going forward.
This is Tyler James throwing into that stiff breeze. Looking for Goodwin. This is Goodwin. Paz. Looks to draw the foul, but our referee has waved play on. It's played long by Mohammed. It's a bit of a scrap in the middle now for the ball. The referee's happy just to let play flow at the moment.
He's letting a lot go, which is probably a good thing in these early stages, but he does have to assert his dominance early. It's top versus second. There's going to be no prisoners taken in this contest. So if he doesn't assert his authority right from the outset, both players will start to, obviously take that finger and grab the whole hand type of a thing.
That was Kai Holiday looking to play out there, had his shot charged down. So he's going to be pivotal with Ben Hampson heading back to the UK. He's been key in defence for North Geelong so far this season, forming a good partnership back there with Banovac. So Halliday will have to step up, the young Queenslander.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure if he's going to like the un-Queensland-like weather conditions today, as will Lachlan Weir and James Cootes, a couple of other Queenslanders in this lineup. But just a point about Darius Madison and how important he is to the goal-scoring chances, I guess, of North Geelong. Last year, he was the leading goal scorer by an absolute mile. He scored a total of 13 goals from 25 games. He was the only player from the Warriors that actually scored double figures as we speak. Madison has the ball now. And the second player after that was Jamie Nogler with 7 goals. But a total of 17 players, Steve, scored last year. And that shows you just how evenly spread the goal-scoring duties were last year. And this year, as we said, Madison has scored 7 goals already after 6 games. So, he's definitely a player to really keep an eye out on. But and we notice also Lockie McGrath is playing as his strike partner today, which I think is a great thing, a great choice. Still got some attacking players on the bench. Jamie Nogler, Michael Anderson attacking midfield as well. So there's a lot of firepower on the bench as well. But the opening stages of this game, I'd say the first 6.5, 7 minutes, and it's really been pretty much North Geelong doing all the attacking. But Werribee are a very experienced side here as well, and they've got Sergio, their coach, is a very experienced campaigner. So they're absorbing the pressure at the moment, just testing out North Geelong to see what they're capable of. We've got a progress score as well from Ballarat City versus St Albans, a game that also has a bit of direct bearing on this game at half. Yeah, absolutely. At halftime, bit of a surprise there. The home side, Ballarat City, is leading 2-1 against St Albans at half-time.
Well, it's quite a surprise, actually, that scoreline. I certainly would have had, my tip would have been for the visitors there, St Albans, but maybe that cool change a bit in Ballarat has created an even stronger home ground advantage.
The Arctic-like conditions, eh?
Indeed. This is Nishimoto coming down the right for Werribee. Very patient. This is Murray switching the play. In the long sleeves over there is Babkar. 6 is Murray again. This is Collett. Paz. Looking to turn and power through the middle. Still he goes. Into the area. And he actually gets, well, you could almost call it a shot. It was just trickling along the ground, though, to Flavel, who can distribute out this side looking for Weir. This is Halliday. This is Butler playing into the area. And a bit of a mix-up there in defence. It was Cassano coming across in front of his goalkeeper there, Hamish Flavel. Flavel looks a bit disappointed, but he'll have to rally the troops back there.
Yeah, I think Hamish Flavel was a bit wrong-footed there, and that was attempted Chester, I think, back to the goalkeeper, and he ended up finding no one there. But it's a corner now for Werribee City, the first corner of the match. It's Paz. He has been dangerous in the particularly last 5 minutes.
Yeah, and he scored a double last week as well, so one to keep an eye on.
Absolutely, one for the North Geelong defenders to really keep an eye on. The ball's going to be cleared away. Shakluna gets it over to Madison. He stumbles, he props, he keeps on going, but he looks like he's conceded a foul right there in front of the North fans, who were very, very energetic last time around. They really provided some fantastic atmosphere, and although the crowd isn't nowhere near as big as it was last time North Geelong played at home, it's still a decent crowd considering the conditions, and I guess considering the fact that we're going live. So there are lots of people at home doing the smart thing and getting a coffee or a beer, I guess, in these conditions, and sitting back and taking all the action in. And we are here to provide you kick by kick description of today's proceedings. Steve.
This is played into the back post. Oh, and it was a very close opportunity there. At the back post, it was Julian Collett. Played it back across, and I think it was Banovac who had the clearing header, and it was very close to that upright.
Would have been a fantastic goal if it was up the other end, but and Banovac did score 2 goals, I think, last week with his head. No, he scored 1 goal, and he almost scored the winner with the head. You'll never see Banovac kick it. He'll always head it. He's got a very strong head, the young chap there.
Very good in the air.
Absolutely.
He's played over to the back post, and Flavel can claim that one. And we have a bit of a scuffle ensuing here. The referee will come in to defuse the situation. A referee today, Ahmed Al-Jalali, assisted by Ugar Aslan and Noah Langerak. The 4th official is Vlatko Trajewski. And Al-Jalali having a good chat there. No cards at this early stage in the game, though.
It's been a pretty tame opening in that respect. You know, top versus second, you'd think it'd be quite no holds barred, but it has been a fairly tame opening in that respect, and probably good to see, like I said, both sides really feeling out the opposition.
This is Halliday with the header. Coots looking for Weir. He has found him. And that battle with Tyler James is definitely, as we said earlier, one to watch on this near side of your picture at home. This is Collett playing across to his central defensive partner in Hodar. Hodar looks direct. This is Goodwin. Looks like that one will be too long for Paz. We'll need to look to play the ball on the deck today where possible. Otherwise it might just run into the golf course here that borders the soccer club.
Ever played at that golf course, Steve?
I can't say I have, actually. Tonchi, I'm guessing a local like yourself, you might have played a few rounds there.
I only retook golf up about a month or so ago. I had a round of golf with a current Football Victoria employee, and I said to myself, I'm going to play more and more, but I don't get a chance, unfortunately, and I drive past the adjoining golf course on many occasions. But back to the action here, where the real action is happening on the field. It's still 0-0. We've gone 13 minutes. And I don't know if you can tell back home, but just the extent of the wind. We've got the trees behind us, and that's not being captured on camera. But you can really see, I won't say it's a gale force wind, but it is certainly very, very difficult, very swirly conditions, and it is making ball control extremely difficult, especially if the ball is in the air. But Werribee now seem to be ever so slowly edging back into the contest after it was all North Geelong in the first 5 minutes, and they've been now looking rather dangerous as the ball comes out wide, and it's going to be a free kick. It was Paz, wasn't it, that was upended. He gets gingerly back to his feet, and we've got a set piece from about 30 odd metres out.
So it is Lissandro Paz standing over the ball, and the wind has just dropped down just a fraction just after we spoke about it. So this might be the opportune time to just dink this ball into the back post area, and the big men are forward. Goodwin is one of the targets. It's a little bit too flat though. It's caused some confusion in that North Geelong penalty area. There was appeals for a handball. And in the end, it is Andrew Cicluna who's across to clear the ball into those trees over here on this side of the pitch. The ball boys on this side of the ground will be earning their money today. This is Tyler James with the throw. Offerman looking for Cicluna, but it's intercepted. Murray. Butler. Goodwin. This is Nishimoto. He's been dangerous. Fires the shot, and it was the first real shot we've seen in anger today. It was well handled by Flavel in these windy conditions. But it is a sign for me that this game is starting to open up. And it's a bit of a nasty foul just in front of the North Geelong bench. It was Lissandro Paz tangling with Lockie. So just a little bit of sunshine coming across the ground, and that's very welcome at the moment from our commentary position, I must say, as well.
We have a progress score in another top versus second contest, and that's in the NPL. A final score, in fact, from Avondale. Avondale FC ended up defeating the Melbourne Knights 2-1. The Knights were reduced to 10 men. And appeals there for the ball going up, fall on deaf ears. North Geelong take the ball. James Coots goes across the field now. North goes into attack. It's picked up by Mohammed. Mohammed goes forward. McGrath's on the far side, or should we say on the grandstand side. Goes in and out. Once again, it ends up with Coots right in the middle of the park. He goes back. He finds Cassano. He stops. He props. Turns back to Banavats in the middle. Banavats has got time. He looks up. Halliday. Back to Coots. Long ball looking for Madison. It's cleared away by the Werribee City defence. Halliday to Opperman. Coots onto Weir. Tries to get it to Madison, but it's intercepted by Nishimoto. It's a game of pinball right in front of us, right in front of the cameras. Madison's nudged. Didn't get anything there. Coots goes forward looking for McGrath in open space. Hodor runs to the ball. He's going to clear it. No, he doesn't. He knocks it downfield to Weir. He goes inboard. He finds Ryan Opperman on the edge of the box. Werribee City comes away. And Banavats gets it out to Mohammed. Cassano out there. He goes forward looking for McGrath, but it's cleared away by Hodor, and the ball goes out of play for a throw-in right in front of the grandstand there.
just pause for breath for a moment here as North Geelong have won the free kick. It was won by number 21, Julian Casano, in the middle of the field. Christian Rossi in goal today for Werribee City. Had a good start to the season so far.
He's a tall fella, isn't he?
He is. He's a giant. He's a giant. I feel like both of us are not too short ourselves. We'd both be looking up to see him eye to eye, I would believe.
How good is the atmosphere, though? I'll tell you what, like, even though, like I said, the crowd's kind of nowhere near it was like a few weeks ago, but it's still a good crowd. But the North fans, very renowned for bringing a lot of colour and atmosphere to the games. There's whistles and horns and loudspeakers and drums and everything happening over there, and they're doing their darndest to lift the atmosphere. Has been somewhat of a subdued opening, would you say, Steve? As a free kick to Werribee, and that's number 9 has gone down. Goodwin. And as we pause, yeah, like the first 20 minutes, the atmosphere's been good, but the game's it's unusually subdued opening.
Look, it is, and I'd say it's one of those games where two teams, both undefeated so far this season, and it might take a while just to open up a little bit. Obviously, both teams would like to take home the 3 points today, but no one wants to lose their unbeaten record either. This is Tyler James. He's going to swing it in towards the penalty spot. It's very easy to be fielded there by Flavel. As you were saying there, Tonchi, the crowd is making a lot of noise, and you may not be able to get the full picture of just how noisy they are, given that our effects microphone is only located on this side of the pitch. As Madison is flagged for offside, and he's protesting that decision just a fraction. Julian Collett wanders over and says, "No, you definitely were offside. Thank you very much." As he restarts and switches it out to this right-hand side. This is Paz. Good control from him. He's got James in support. Very patient approach, though, from Werribee City. I think I spoke too soon. Collett just really put his foot through that one.
He did. He almost used the wind to his advantage there, actually. A little bit of hesitation deep inside the penalty box there for the North Geelong defenders. But all's well that North now have the ball in the middle. Opperman out to Casano. Sorry, Cicluna. And it's just a pinball game at the moment. The conditions are very, very swirly, making it difficult for both sides to really control the ball for a prolonged period of time. The table sees Werribee City on top with 6 wins from 6 games and a goal difference of positive 17. North Geelong in second spot with 14 points, so 4 points behind the leaders, and they've got a goal difference of 7 plus 77. So you can really see the dominance, the early season dominance that the Werribee Bees have shown in the NPL 2 West competition, as Barnavats has the ball. He tries to clear, he's upended. The assistant referee has his flag up and signifying that it was a little bit of an over-the-top tackle, and Barnavats has earned that free kick in the depths of the defending half of the Warriors. How's that for a description?
That's a great description. I was about to say it would take a fair bit to knock down Barnavats. He's not the smallest player out there in the North Geelong shirt today. He's a solid boy. Flavel, long up the line, direct, but it's Collett with the header. He's going to just nod those ones away all day, you would think, if they play too directly. Madison, we are looking to swing it in early, but it's that man Collett again. He has been seeing a lot of the football. This is Barnavats, his counterpart at the other end of the field. We have seen a decision paid. I believe it was for holding, based on that signal. This is the player coach, James Coots, offering some instruction to his teammates. Bit of an off-the-ball incident there, and it's gone against Madison. the tussle continues, and it's developing into an interesting one. We've got the speed of Madison up against the height and physical prowess of Collett. Could be an interesting duel, and it could be something that's pivotal to the outcome of today's match.
Absolutely. Collett's been involved in so much of the early action. Madison looking dangerous. Every time he gets the ball, you've just this air of anticipation. You expect him to do something. And I must say the North midfield, Lachlan Weir across on the left-hand side, Ryan Opperman in the middle, even Julian Cassano and Yusuf Mohammed on the far side. They've been supplying both McGrath and Madison with a lot of the ball early on in this first half of the first half. The words are really coming out nicely today, aren't they? The first half of the first half. And can the second half of this first half be just as dominant for the North midfield?
We can only hope.
As it's Mohammed on the far side. He's got the ball. He stops. He props. He looks up. Goes into the middle there. Opperman has the ball. He goes across to his coach, James Coots. Coots now looking forward to go for a penetrating ball for Lachlan Weir, but the ball goes just that little bit too far. It's collected there by Tyler, who goes back to Collette. Another long ball. So I feel they're just wasting a little bit with these long balls. They've done that now 3 or 4 times in the last 5 minutes. Banovats is always there to clear. He's playing almost like the old-style sweeper system, Anthony Banovats. There's been some fantastic sweepers over the years that have graced this field, none other than ex-Socceroo captain Steve Horvath, who used to ply his trade here in the early 90s. And Banovats is almost being allowed to play that last man in defence type of role, which you don't often see these days with most teams playing a flat 4. But he's being able to sit back and collect anything that comes their way. As Werribee now once again go forward, ball comes off Shakluna, and the North fans. Look at that choreography. There must be about 30 of them, 40 of them there, and all the hands up in the air. Fantastic. Still people coming in through the gates. It's great to see. And I guess now with the State League season having started, obviously the crowds at the NPL, a local NPL level anyway, will drop a little bit. And speaking of which, we've got a couple of progress scores from State League games happening around the region today. Corio taking on Mill Park in State League 2. At halftime, the score there was 3-1 for Corio, a team that is really looking at promotion to State 1 next year. Bell Park was up 2-0 against North Melbourne Athletic in State League 4. Surf Coast was up against 3-0 against, I can't remember who they were supposed to be playing, Laverton Park. And also in State 4, a final score, Truganina Hornets. Hornets defeated Golden Plains 1-0, the team from Bannockburn.
This is not the only Geelong-Wyndham clash today. This is Coots looking for Madison, but it deflects out to Weir. And here's that battle again. It was Collett that won out on that occasion. Tyler James. Here's Collett again, dominant back there. Hodar, his defensive partner. It's a touch for Rossi. The wind just taking that one, the length of the field. Cassano can nod it back comfortably to his goalkeeper. Banovach. Just sitting off at the moment. It's Werribee side. Hodar with the header. Very cagey at the moment, Tonchi, I would say here.
Absolutely. Very much so.
This is Banovach looking up the field for Mohammed. He couldn't find McGrath. Cassano in the aerial duel. It's out for a throw. So that wind just picks up here again. And as you can see in your picture just above the grandstand there is some pretty threatening clouds Coming over the hills there from Lovely Banks, and hopefully we don't get a drenching before the end of this first half.
Yeah, how 7 days can be so different. Last week when we were commentating at the Galaxy game, and what an interesting game that was. So we had 6 goals, 2 goals by Galaxy in the first half, 4 by South Melbourne in the second half.
It was a real game of 2 halves.
It was. We were greeted by beautiful pink skies, wasn't it? Very romantic setting. Today it's very dull and dreary, and at the moment we haven't seen any goals, which is quite unusual. But like I said, the conditions are very, very difficult and are playing havoc with both teams at the moment. Madison tries to get that ball in the middle of the park. Nishimoto goes over to Tyler. Once again, Madison providing that little bit of a pest factor. What's really interesting about him is not only is he good attacking, but he just does not stop when he loses the ball either. And that's a real good lesson for any kids watching the game at the moment. You know, you lose the ball, especially if you're an attacker. You don't just stop and prop and watch the wheel go by. You try and get that ball back. And Madison has been absolutely brilliant in that regard. Goal kick to North Geelong. Almost 29 minutes gone, and it is still 0-0. If the scores remain like this at half-time, what do you reckon, Steve? Will this work in North Geelong's favour? Will Werribee start to look that little bit desperate, or are Werribee just happy to sit back? I mean, they are 4 points clear at the top of the ladder at the moment.
Oh, I thought you were going to say if it remains like this weather at half-time we can go home. No, I think the patience of Werribee is yeah, I think it could be used to their advantage today. A very professional outfit. Very organised. It hasn't been scintillating football going forward. Tyler James plays it in and over the goal. Once that ball takes off, it just seems to go absolutely flying. So I think, as we say, it could be a game that needs a goal perhaps, and once that first one flies in, things could open up a little bit, similar to that experience we had at the Galaxy South Melbourne game last week.
Absolutely, and you could almost see it. You just, as soon as that... Well, even for Galaxy, the first goal that came, just seemed to spark the game up. But then also in the second half, as soon as South Melbourne scored that first goal, the floodgates opened up. And could the same eventuate here at Alco Park today? At the moment, we've gone on the half hour, and it's still 0-0. Ball's prodded out by Halliday. He was looking for Opperman, but he wasn't in the position where he passed that ball. So now it's going to be a throw into Werribee right in front of our commentary box. James Tyler with the ball. He goes forward looking for Paz. That man again, it's Madison. And a little bit of a 1-2 there, and the ball ends up going out just about 5 metres further up. So in gridiron terms, this would be a 1st and 10. First down and 10. But we're not commentating the gridiron, no. It's football, a world game. And on almost identical position is a throw-in. Just 30 seconds later, once again, Tyler goes forward looking for Paz. Feeling of deja vu there. Gets the ball further afield to Brian. Brian crosses it in. Ricochets off a couple of players. It's a shot, but it hits the side netting. Could have been something dangerous there, although it was a very, very acute angle that... who is that player? He turned around and he... It was 23, there we go, James Tyler. James Tyler had that shot from a very acute angle. Would have been a magnificent goal if he had got it in, but Hamish Flavel had the angle covered. And speaking of Hamish Flavel, he brings the ball back in now. Goal kick, a bit of pushing and shoving there. Yep, you could clearly see that. Collett had both his hands in Madison's back, and it's going to be a free kick just inside the halfway line. James Coots has the ball, puts it down, and he's going to now look for his options going forward.
Coots plays it into the area. It was Murray appealing for the foul there. He's just felt Madison's forearm come across his neck. He's remaining on the ground, but play continues. This is Collett to mop up. Looking for Paz. The pass can't find Goodwin, but this is Paz again. This is Butler switching it, but he can't find his target either. But he will chase. You give chase to Mohammed, and there's no foul given. The referee really letting things go today, more than I've seen from some of the other officials this season. Banovac with the long ball. There's Hodar with the header. This is just a bit of a stalemate at the moment as we move into the last sort of 13 or so minutes of the half. The skies are turning even more grey, and I can almost feel a drop of rain coming. As this throw-in is about to be taken in front of the North fans. Nishimoto's involved. Here he is again, looking to cross on the left, and he does win the corner for Werribee. To be taken in front of the players' race over there. It will be a strong wind behind this corner, so you won't want to put the boot through it too much, or it could end up hitting the scoreboard almost here. Just about need the floodlights to come on at the moment. It's getting a little bit dark.
It is, it is. Do you know Jared Winter, Steve? No, whoever Jared Winter is, he's a legend because he's saying great commentary on the Facebook comments as a corner comes in the swirling wind. It's nodded away by Halliday and it's going to be a throw-in. Special shout out to Kathy Leban. Hi Tonchi, how are you? Hi Kathy. It's actually my sister-in-law, so good on her. They've got a lot of people watching in, tuning into the telecast at the moment. Not much action happening on the field at the moment. It's a game of scrambling football there. It's almost like a little bit of schoolyard soccer, as they say, schoolyard football, where there's about 25 people around the ball and we're just trying to kick it and find little ways of, as the ball comes to Madison. Madison and Collett there go for it. Madison gets the ball. He drops and stops and props. He manages to get a free kick. He's done very well. It was 2 against 1, but he still managed to get that free kick. Great stuff. Goodness me, something's just flying around here. Ben Hampson, special message from him. He's saying, come on, boys. Well, the Warriors are certainly going as best as they can at the moment. They've done well to keep the competition leaders at bay as Banovac now has the ball. He evades one tackle. It's now Lachlan Weir. And the ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in. The wind has really picked up. We are now virtually... we can honestly say that it is gale force winds at the moment. I'm absolutely freezing cold, Steve. I don't know about you. You poor bugger still have to go out tonight, apparently. Aren't you going to watch the other Geelong team in the another code today? Hopefully it's not too cold at GMHBA Stadium for you.
It could be worse, I think, by tonight. It could be equally as cold and raining. This is McGrath looking for Weir, but it's mopped up again by Butler. Thanks for those comments for everyone watching at home. Marco says, Tonchi, I hope the scaffold has no leaks. Well, I'm not too confident about that being watertight, I will say.
I'm holding on to the scaffold at the moment.
We are about to have lift off here. This is Cassano playing into the middle of the park. It's just bouncing around. So Cluner was looking directly into the 18-yard box, and he's actually won the corner here. So this will be a first corner for the Warriors this afternoon as the wind picks up. So just a chance for the big men to come forward and try and get a shot on target onto Christian Rossi's goal. Tonchi is just kneeling down in the commentary position here. I hope he's not praying that we don't blow away, because there's every chance we will at the moment.
gone absolutely arctic here. I tell you what, there are a few people who are actually saying they're watching the game, and I can tell you, I reckon they're watching it from the car. We have got brilliant technology. Maria Sarik, I think she's in the car. I know her. It's ridiculous conditions, and the last 5 minutes has really deteriorated. This is going to have an adverse effect on the quality of the game, so it may well come down to just one goal. As we see North Geelong on the far side, they've got the ball. Throwing barely makes it to Darius Madison. He's got two players to contend with. He's evoked a free kick out of that. He's managed to do that well.
Fourth official saw something there.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, the linesman on that side.
The linesman on that side, on that far side. It's Ryan Opperman who's walking against the wind to get to the ball. I tell you what, I think it's more tiring, walking against the wind than trying to make a sprint down the wing.
That's right.
It's Opperman standing over the ball. It's Lachlan Weir, is it? And he goes out to James Coots. He's going to whip it in now. Header goes out for another corner.
Good shape on that ball in there.
It was, wasn't it? So it's going to be another corner now to North Geelong.
You've got some good height in the box, Werribee. You've got some big boys. Some of these guys, Goodwin, obviously Collett, who we've mentioned, and Butler. Also the goalkeeper, Rossi. All well over 6 foot, these guys in the yellow shirts. 2 hands up for the set piece here. Taken short and swung in. It was away by Collett. Back in, and Rossi can field that one comfortably. Bring it out to this near side for Collett. He's going to go direct, looking for Paz, and if that stays in, that could be a miracle. Yes, it has continued out for a goal kick, and so we're talking about maybe a 0-0 score going into the second half. North Geelong Warriors will kick with the benefit of a slight breeze in the second half.
Slight, you reckon? Slight? It's gale force. I reckon in AFL too, it's like a 5 to 6 goal wind. But yeah,
Well,
you are right.
Slightly across the ground as well.
It is actually, and it's definitely swirling. I'm adamant that the ball's swirling, which makes it really difficult to control. And it looked like a bit of a strange decision, that one, but it will be a Werribee throw-in. Looked more like it would have been a North Geelong throw-in. But a good point to make is that one of the players on the bench at the moment is Jamie Nogler. And we saw when he came on against Geelong 2 weeks ago, sort of a similar scenario. He just, I think, with the first touch of his game, he was able to assist Darius Madison for a goal. And look, going in from left to right, that's where the wind is sort of going in that general direction, and North will be kicking with the aid of the wind, aid of the breeze, gale force wind, if you like. Players like Jamie Nog, who's very, very fast, if they can keep the ball on the ground, the ball's going to sprint. The ball goes forward. Darius Madison now tries to get it. He's got 2 players to contend with. He's done really well, but he's managed to somehow stumble and concede that free kick. I think that was Nicholas Bakvar, who earned that free kick. And unfortunately, I think the microphone has stuck to my hand. I can't move this microphone. I am absolutely freezing here, Steve. Over to you.
Thanks, Tonchi. I forget to pack my gloves today for this match. I didn't think that would be required in March. Hodar back to his goalkeeper to play it out to the grandstand side. Header was won by Brian. Back to North Geelong's possession. This is Mohammed playing inside, but it's intercepted. Going into the area, Banovac clears up the danger. But headed by Nishimoto. 1-2 between Murray and Paz. Kisano with the clearance, but it's only a half clearance with that huge breeze. This is Brian. Calls for a penalty from the dugout for Werribee City. But the North fans are certainly rubbishing any calls that could have been a foul.
Penalty? Was it a penalty, Steve?
Didn't look like it from my position here, but days like today when low scoring, it's worth a shout.
I suppose absolutely, but yeah, no, the referee was all over it. Look, the referee, he has been letting a lot go, but he has generally he has been consistent, and generally he has been pretty adamant with his decisions. So he's certainly confident in his own abilities, which is what you want to see from a referee. You certainly want to see a confident referee out in the middle. As Flavel now, there you can see how the wind holds that ball up, and I guess that is a lesson for both teams to really try and keep it down on the deck. And a couple of times in that passage of play, we saw some of the North defenders trying to clear the ball. And they weren't getting very far. They were probably getting only about 10 metres or so. In a normal set of circumstances, they'd be definitely clearing that without any difficulty. Once again, Madison providing a little bit of that pest factor there. He almost could have got a free kick. He's done really well. He's really done well, but at the moment, that Werribee defence, led by Julian Collett, who's directly marking Madison, has held pretty firm. As Lachlan Weir now looks forward to go for it. He's got McGrath. McGrath shoots. It's just gone over the crossbar, and that was probably North Geelong's best effort. Absolutely. We're deep into the first half. 43 minutes gone. And I tell you what, with that wind, it was worth a dig, put it that way.
No doubt about it. It was a clever ball through to McGrath from Weir, and seen the ball just holding up in the air again, going over Lissandro Paz's head. Werribee assistant coach Craig Moore pulling Paz aside for a chat just a moment ago. Halliday with the throw down the line. This is good play from Cicluna, getting into the box. Madison, and a chance. Oh, and it's just gone wide from Ryan Offerman. That was another good chance. So 2 good chances all of a sudden for North Geelong. It's been very slim picking so far, but it's just started to open up just as we approach half-time. Werribee City will need to summon their powers of concentration to make sure that they don't slip up and undo their good work so far in this first half. Nishimoto with the header. That was McGrath heading on, looking for Madison. James up the line. Halliday with the header. Coots plays it back to his goalkeeper, Flavel. He's got Mohammed in space in front of the North fans there. The colour and noise coming out of there. Absolutely fantastic. Cassano plays it back, and it's gone sky high again. Nishimoto intercepted though. Coots. Bit of ping pong here again. Nishimoto's clearance is off balance, and it's out into the car park, and it's half time. And I don't know about you, Tonchi, but I think it's time to put on my big jacket, and hopefully we can stick it out without getting frozen to this scaffolding here.
Absolutely. The thermals are going to come out, I tell you what. Very even first half. North Geelong dominated proceedings in the opening stages. Werribee came back, and then North Geelong had a couple of opportunities towards the end of that opening stanza. 0-0, fair result at half-time. We'll be rejoining you after the break. In the meantime, we're going to be praying to the gods that the warmer weather comes out, because it is absolutely Arctic conditions here at Alco Park. Go off and make yourself a nice hot cup of coffee or tea and rejoin us in about 15 minutes' time. Steve?
Welcome back to this second half. Still 0-0 here at Elco Park between the two top sides, North Geelong Warriors and Werribee City. Some of the comments coming in. Marco says, great chavapi. I'm sure there's plenty of that being sold out of the canteen to keep people warm today. Tony G, good job, guys. And Chris says, Nogler to come on and hit the winner.
Actually, I'm tipping that as well. I'm very much tipping that. No changes at half-time for either side. And we're just about to start the second half. The referee looks at his watch. All is in readiness for what should be a very, very interesting 45 minutes. North Geelong now will be kicking with the aid of a swirly kind of a breeze. You'd think that, and I was just speaking to one of the assistant coaches down at the ground with North Geelong assistant coaches, Adrian Beck, and he did mention that they always knew it was going to be a game of two halves with the wind. And now with North Geelong kicking with the aid of that wind, you'd probably expect tactically things will change a little bit as well. Dare say we've got some of those fast-paced players, Lockie McGrath in particular, Lachlan Weir, the two Lockies. If they can keep it on the ground and they can even look for some of those through balls and what you're not. I don't know about you, Steve, but I reckon I'll be stuttering and stammering because my jaw is clicking at the moment how cold it is down here. It really, really is. You cannot underestimate how cold and unusually cold it is down at Elco Park today.
Definitely my teeth are chattering in here at the moment. As the throw comes into the box, looking for McGrath. He's back to goal. This is Offerman dinking it in, looking for Madison. And it's bouncing around, and it was almost rolled over the goal line. It was so close there. Very close to a early breakthrough straight after half-time. Werribee City need to switch on now.
Yeah, ricocheted off a couple of bodies there, I'd say, and then it was in slow motion. All it needed was a little bit of a poke, and that ball could have gone and found the back of the net. But it's going to be a corner now. First corner of the second half to North Geelong Warriors. Floating ball comes into the top of the box. It's Barnabas at the back post, and it's the ball's taken. It's play on, but no. The referee decides that an infringement has been made on the protected species, that is the goalkeeper, and it will be a free kick. Not that the big Werribee City goalkeeper needs much protection. Look at the guy, he's a Hulk. We had some progress scores coming from across town in another NPL 2 game. Geelong taking on Moreland Zebras, and after 30 minutes of scores, just like here, are locked in at 0-0. So the big game there at Stead Park. Big news during the week. Geelong saw George Karkaletsis depart, and we ended up seeing caretaker coach Dominic Barber, who led Geelong to promotion last year. He's back in a caretaker role at the moment, and very interesting. He's being assisted by the Galaxy United coach Gabriel Marquez, whom we saw last week. A very colourful character, Gabriel. He's a young fella. He's only in his 20s. I believe he's something like 23. And he was very, very vocal on the sidelines up until about the 60th minute when South Melbourne got about 2 or 3 goals, and then that quietened him down. But
flamboyant and probably the best dressed manager I've seen at local football level for a while. I'd like to think when I was working, I was up there, but certainly not on the same standard as Gabriel.
Oh no, Gabriel, I think had the Armani suits on and everything last week. He was looking very, very dapper. Very dapper as North Geelong go forward. It's a long ball that's switched across the field. It's intercepted there by one of the Werribee City players. I think it's Tyler, and he's conceded a handball. A free kick now, right in front of the gallery there. It has been an amazing performance by the fans. They have not stopped singing and chanting, and some of those tunes I'm going to be tapping away deep into the night because it's going to be etched into my conscience. But it's a free kick now to North Geelong. They've been looking rather ominous. There's Barnabas lurking ominously on the edge of the box, and they'll be looking for his head as the ball comes forward, and it's almost It finds Madison, but the ball evades everyone, and it's going to go out for a goal kick to Werribee City.
Now, I think we can already say that since halftime, definitely it's a different game with the aid of this breeze. Every sort of set-piece opportunity that's floated in becomes just that little bit more dangerous when it's not holding up in the breeze and it's instead being pushed on. Some more comments coming in from some of our viewers. David Anderson points out that it is rather chilly down here at Alco Park, and some of the sponsors' product inside is being used to numb from the cold.
There you go. We're not lying when we're saying it's cold. We have been vindicated.
It's Nishimoto looking for Butler. It's gone out. The air horns and so forth and chants continue to rain out from that far side.
Interesting development, Steve, from Ballarat. We've just got the full-time score in the Ballarat game. Ballarat City 2 and St Albans 4. So now St Albans, if we look at the live ladder, have moved into second spot, overtaking their sister club. So if the scores remain 0-0, or if North was to lose this match, they will slip from second spot. So the North bench could overhear us then, and so there'll be a lot of concern there that if they can't score a goal or they can't take the 3 points from this game, even a draw will see St Albans jump into second spot. So a lot at stake in these last 40 or so minutes as the ball is cleared away there from the Bees' defence. And it's going to be a throw-in. Julian Cassano right in front of us here. You can almost reach out and touch him.
Yeah, we're in a good spot here.
We are in a fantastic spot. Vantage point is excellent. As long as it doesn't rain, because we have got a little bit of shelter here, but not the best. But nonetheless, the rain has been managing to stay away for most of the game. Paz has the ball on the far side. He turns on his left. He turns on his right. He tries to get past Lachlan Weir. He goes back into looking for Nishimoto. Nishimoto goes forward, but the ball manages to be cleared away by Halliday. Halliday has done a pretty reasonable job coming in for Ben Hampson, who unfortunately had to leave and depart, I think, for the UK during the week. There must be some family issues or personal reasons, as we see the Werribee City bench now collectively get up and start warming up, so that we could see some movement down on the sidelines very, very shortly. As the back onto the field, Paz has the ball on the far side. Ball's going to roll out, and it's going to be a North Geelong throw. All eyes were there on the referee, on the assistant referee, and then he lifted the flag up to signify it was going to be a North Geelong throw. Long ball looking for Madison on the halfway line. Shakluna had it, and then the ball's gone back from Coots. The big long ball by Halliday, once again looking for Madison. The referee, the assistant linesman flag goes up, a little bit controversially maybe, and to signify it is an offside.
One or two protests coming from the North Geelong bench about this one.
From our vantage point, looked a bit of a strange decision.
Yeah, it looked like he might have been level from here, but we weren't exactly side on, so who are we to know?
Absolutely, the referee has the last say, and in this particular case, it is a free kick to Werribee City. It's Collette once again has the ball. He's had an even tussle with Madison, but I guess Madison hasn't scored as yet, hasn't added to his tally of 7 goals so far this season, so we can probably safely say that Julian Collette is winning the battle at the moment.
So we see a bit of a tussle between the front man for Werribee, Alec Goodwin, and Hamish Flavel there. Flavel will play it long with the assistance of the breeze, but Collette is too good in the air once again. Murray plays it back out to his fullback there, and that's too direct again. That was indeed Babchar playing the ball out from Werribee City's defence. This is Coots playing it out to his left for Weir. Weir's looking for a handball decision that is not coming. There's been a lot of appeals for fouls today, but a lot of them have been waved away, gone unnoticed.
It's interesting in the first half we did notice that the referee let a lot of the action go. He seems to be pulling up a lot more in his second half, in the early stages of the second half. Seems to be a little bit more active with the whistle. Once again, it's not being knocked around on the far side. Holding is, it's a free kick now to Werribee, about 5 metres inside the halfway line. So in their defensive half, Collett once again steps forward to get the ball. He pushes it forward, looking for Paz. Paz and Halliday, a great battle there on the far side. Once again, ball somehow finds its way back to Collett. He goes forward. It's going to and fro at the moment like a pinball. It was Cassano looking for Madison. He wrong-footed. Now the long ball once again going forward. A lot of these long balls happening. Here, there, everywhere. Nicholas Bakvar gets the ball there for Werribee City. Ball's threaded through to Paz. He looks forward for number 10, Brian. There's a free kick going to be awarded to North Geelong. And Julian Cassano, the recipient there. Just gone 55 minutes and still scores are locked at 0-0.
Liam Bryan limping back up the field. Hopefully he's okay. Madison in a tussle there. Goes down, goes to the ground. It was Hodar that was doing the defending. And once again, it's a play on. This is Collett with a switch. He's looking for Badchar. Goodwin with a bit of a juggle. But he's... touch lets him down, and we've got 2 players going down. We're going to have a slight delay in play here. Goodwin's gone down holding his hamstring. And it is Mohammed, Yusuf Mohammed, that has gone down for North Geelong. He'll be okay. He's going to walk it off. But Goodwin is receiving some attention, so big target man for Werribee City. Hopefully he's okay. Bit of a drinks break here for some of the players. It's Madison having some words with the linesman, and we've got.
Okay, looks like Dion Paola is warming up, or looks like he's stripping off, getting ready to come back onto the pitch. Dion Paola, number 8, and it looks like probably he'll be replacing Goodwin. Possibly Goodwin. Yeah. So both sets of players. Taking this opportunity just to have a little bit of a break, get some instructions from the sidelines. Getting a couple of personal messages as well from people who are listening in. Joe Madunik, thank you very much for the feedback about the levels. It's very difficult to explain, but Steve's got a soft voice and I've got a booming voice. So I have to hold the microphone at arm's length, and Steve has to almost gobble the microphone up so we can have the same volume levels here. Do apologise to our viewers out there if I'm a little bit excited at times. Steve, you need to get more excited at viewers.
Well, I think we can just try and meet in the middle at a nice happy medium, you know. Okay. That would be good.
What about if you just hold the microphone and I'll speak from over here? How's that sound, guys?
That's what we've already been doing, though.
We actually don't have much feedback, so we actually can't tell the levels, unfortunately. 2 weeks ago it was even worse.
Okay, we're back underway after the injury delay. Lockie McGrath's doing some damage in the box here. He's looking for Madison. He can't find him. It's cut out. This is Mohammed. It's cleared away by Brian. Nishimoto's in there, and Murray. Banovac with time and lopes away and just clears it into the North fans. The first time touch, and they start going nuts over there again. They haven't let up once for the whole match so far.
No, they haven't. I spoke to James Coots during the week. I actually did a piece in the Geelong Advertiser on North Geelong. And he said to me, he goes, the atmosphere is incredible. He goes, you do not get this at any NPL club around the nation. And he's come from the Gold Coast. He's come from Queensland, and Madison on the far side that goes down, another tackle with Collette. And he was raving on about the atmosphere that the North fans create. And it seems most games now, they're just building in number, and the atmosphere is just incredible on that far side. And as they pay homage to the home country of Darius Madison, USA chance, reminiscent of something that might happen in the WWE, doesn't it? Back in the 80s with the Iron Sheik and Hulk Hogan. Anyway, there's no wrestling match at the moment happening down here as Werribee City go forward. Paz on the edge of the box, stops props, he goes inside, goes outside. It's the new player on the field. Paolo has got the ball now, back to Paz. Good block there by Halliday, and he really tussles in. But it's Paolo now, has the ball, and Halliday once again. Look at that, the kid is doing a phenomenal job. He gets it out to Lachlan Winger, who goes really far looking for Madison, but Madison's outnumbered 2-1. And once again, Werribee now go forward, and then there's been a little bit of a clip there. Liam Bryan has gone down. He must have got a little bit of a clip on the ankle. He's not too happy about the attention he's been receiving.
Had some pleasantries to say there to Mohammed.
They're all going down left, right and centre at the moment.
It's going to be Nicholas Babkar to restart. No, in fact, they're going to play it short. Murray's involved. This is Hodar. Very direct ball, but it's too long for Nishimoto. Flavel can claim that one easily. We see Alec Goodwin on the sidelines getting the treatment from the physio. Goal scorer last week in the 4-0 win over Springvale White Eagles. Mohammed will come down and take the throw in this advanced position. He does have a long throw on him, and it is time. The super sub, Nogla, is coming on. And we've actually got no number board here, so we're not 100% certain who's coming off. But actually, will be Yusuf Mohammed. Solid shift from him as he comes off and going to enjoy a drink and put on a warm jacket. Nogla's first action will be to take the throw in.
A very attacking move, isn't it? He's sort of taking a defensive-minded player, bringing on an attacking-minded player. Nogla with the long throw goes all the way in, and it's now Coots gets it forward to McGrath. A little scorpion kick there by one of the Werribee City defenders. Once again, Nogla gets the ball. He goes forward. Brian had the ball, got it over to Nishimoto. But it's ended up with Julian Cassano in the back, who gets it to Flavel. Flavel goes forward. It's a very fast-paced game now. It's really started picking up. The action seems to be after that little bit of a break. It's really now moving from end to end. But the swirly conditions, you just cannot underestimate how much of an effect that is having on the actual game itself. As we see Bakvar with the ball, and then he goes back now to the new player, Dion Paola. Hodor. To Bakvar, back to Hodor. Goes back now to Collette. Collette's done very well. He's probably been one of Werribee's best players, I'd say.
He's probably the man of the match so far.
Absolutely. I tend to agree with you.
Certainly one of those days where you think that the man of the match will end up being someone who is a defensively minded player in this contest. Now, Werribee come forward through Paz, and looks like he has won the corner there, playing it in off the leg of Offerman, who stood him up well and blocked any chance of a low cross into that 6-yard box. Certainly the players are just taking their time in between stoppages to catch their breath and go again, because it is quite frenetic once it gets up and going. It's very much all or nothing at Alco Park at the moment. The big men are forward, including that man Collett. It's swung in. Flavel comes. He does claim it eventually after it has a bit of a bounce. Here's the substitute, Nogla. It's a great first touch by him. He's coming down this side. It's a big tackle come flying in from Tyler James. The referee has brought play back. The crowd is really finding their voice now, as if they weren't already. The yellow card has come out, and it's going to be a bit of a witch hunt to find Tyler James. I think he's run away from the scene of the crime.
He's gone to play golf.
So there's the first card of the day, I believe, going to Tyler James there for that challenge on Nogler. Nogler coming on, instant impact.
Absolutely, and we always said this all along, that it was always going to be a case of, he's got that electrifying presence about him, Nogler, and as soon as he's come on, by this stage, a lot of the players on the field are tiring, and he's such a fleet-footed player, and he's really going to pose a lot of difficulties for the Werribee City defence. Long ball goes back. Banavats goes up, and it looks like it's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner. Oh, no. Now he's changed his mind. Initially, the Lions assistant referee pointed that it was a corner, and now he's reversed that decision.
The referee was thinking a goal kick, and a lot of the players were too.
Yeah. So it is a goal kick now for Werribee City.
Rossi to get us back underway with the goal kick as the Karatsia chant echoes under the balcony over there. Or the veranda, should I say. Long ball holding up into the wind. Banavach runs under it, though. Nishimoto running out of room. Babchai chips it up the field. It's just gone out there off Butler. Butler, another one of those taller figures in this Werribee side. This is Banavach. He's going to play it directly, looking for McGrath. He hasn't got the height, though. Good skill there from Bradley Murray, number 6. Little dink down the line from Brian. The foul's been given. Nishimoto causing some bit of havoc down there, the left-hand side for Werribee City. And it will be a good position. Just the only downside will be that they will be swinging this one into the wind. As Goodwin's still being treated down there. He's got the ice pack on the hammy. I hope that he will be okay, not out of action for too long.
Surprised he's got an ice pack. It doesn't need an ice pack in this type of weather. We've got this ice pack wrapped around us, and it's called the cold, but nonetheless, it is going to be a free kick on the far left-hand side, in the left-hand corner there of the field. Lisandro Paz has got the ball. Some of those big 6-foot Werribee City players are now making their way towards the goal mouth. It's cleared away by Halliday again, and now Lockie McGrath breaks on that far side. He gets the ball, he kicks it, the speedster now. Can he switch? He's got a couple of options on the other side. He stops, he props, he turns around, he gets pushed, but then he gets dispossessed of it, and now it's Paolo that gets the ball. He looks for Paz going inboard, looking forward for Nishimoto, but it's Banavats once again. The marauding run from Banavats. He clears it away. Halliday again clears it. He's just been brilliant. He gets it further to Madison. Madison runs into a brick wall that is called Julian Collette. He tries to put it away. It's play on. Madison gets the ball. He goes forward. He tries to evade a couple of plays. He tries to run through the Great Wall of China right there, and he cannot do it. The Werribee City defenders managed to get the ball away, and it's going to be a counter-attack. Some tackles going in thick and fast. McGrath has the ball. Paz has the ball. McGrath has the ball, and Halliday once again. This is an incredible series of events happening on the far side. It's just changing. The turnovers are going thick and fast, and look, it is no place for the faint-hearted as Madison, out of pure frustration, just lets go of that. And it was just on for young and old in a controlled, aggressive kind of a way.
It was absolute chaos over there on that grandstand side. I'm so glad that this isn't radio, because I would not be able to describe that without the moving pictures. That was insane. It started with that good challenge. Lockie McGrath brought the ball forward, and he had options, but it was actually Bradley Murray that stood him up and won the ball in an important area, an important timing. There is a delay here for another injury. As I was saying, this game is very much 100 miles an hour or stop. So we're going to see North Geelong bringing on Michael Anderson. And we'll just wait to see who will be the player sacrificed for his presence. And it looks like the player that's down on the far side is in fact Takanori Nishimoto. He's just receiving some treatment. It's a bit of an impromptu drinks break for some of the North boys here. And just about want that water warmed up to drink today.
Yeah, you can actually just see just the expression on their faces, that determination. They know they've got an opportunity here. We've gone 69 minutes into the game. There's about maybe 22, 23, maybe 25 at the most minutes left, and they've got a chance. They've got a chance against the league leaders. It's very intense though. I mean, you can look, and if the camera picked those expressions up, it was just a lot of intensity building up. The Werribee players, they look weary. They look tired. They have copped a lot. They have been riding some tackles, both sides. Both players have. And it's been a fascinating duel. And as we see, a substitution is made. Andrew Shikluna is coming off and replaced by Michael Anderson there in the middle. And after a lengthy period of absence due to an injury, he's slowly making his way back, and he's slowly starting to build up some match fitness, as Nishimoto is still down on the ground. So this may add at the end of the game to some time added on, no doubt. So it'll be interesting to see how much time we've got added on. But what I was just, whilst we've got a bit of a break in play, last night I was watching the Dandenong clash, the derby, if you like, and what an eventful game that was. You know, Dandenong City leading 3-0, at one stage, and then Dandenong Thunder came back to score, 4 second-half goals. We've seen some of the action, we've seen some of the goals, and it is the NPL this year, the NPL and NPL 2, has just been amazing. As far as entertainment is concerned, of the highest calibre.
Oh, look, you're absolutely right, Tonchi, and it's a fantastic treat that fans can, on weekends like this, when it is absolutely freezing cold, and nights like last night, when you can't get across to Dandenong, to be able to cast that onto your TV at home. And if you're doing that today, I really hope that you're enjoying the coverage this afternoon, and keep those comments coming on Facebook Live, and maybe let us know what treat you're enjoying while you're watching this match.
Make us feel jealous.
Yes, that's right, make us feel jealous. And if you could bring some snacks up here or something warm as well, that would be good too.
We've got a mutual friend who's saying hello, Tony Grgurevic, one of your work colleagues there at City of Greater Geelong, Steve. Kristjanovic, Nogler to come on and hit the winner. Well, Nogler is on at the moment, and we'll see if he can hit the winner. As a nice sliding tackle there from Cassano. Goes out. It's a throw into Werribee City. Ball. The game's restarted. David Anderson's got the right idea. He's saying it is cold down here at Elko Park. The Carltons and the Red Wines are keeping us numb. That is, in fact, David Anderson, the father of Michael Anderson, who has just entered the field of combat. Speak of the devil, that was him going for that little slide tackle there. Good contest brewing. Jamie Nogler has the ball. He manages to kick it away. Once again, it's that close combat action, isn't it? The ball is, it is not a place for the faint-hearted. I've already said it once. As Coots manages to try and get the ball there. Bit of fighting for the ball. Ball comes back into the attacking half of North Geelong. A little bit of a mistake there by the Werribee City player. Yeah, Hodar. And Darius Madison has the ball. He throws it back to his coach, James Coots. He looks inboard for Anderson.
You can throw it back to the coach. It's always a good move to ensure your spot on the team.
It's even better if he makes the mistake, then you can blame him and not yourself. As we see now at the far end, it's Paolo gets the ball. He threads it through to Tyler, who shoots, and it hits the netting, but it's the side netting, and that was very, very close there. Could have been the goal that I guess opened up the game. But it has been a very, very entertaining second half, even though the scoreboard remains 0-0.
You cannot question for a moment the commitment of players of both sides. The frenetic nature of this game is like nothing I've seen for some time. As the corner swung in from Werribee City, Flavel cannot claim it. The referee's whistle had gone. I hadn't heard it over the noise of the North fans. This is a substitute, Anderson down the right-hand side. He's looking for Madison, but he can't find him. This is Murray, dinking it back to Bavkar. Nogler with the header. Coots has lost out here. Nishimoto playing it out wide. Oh, and the shot come flying in. It was Liam Brain, scored last week, almost scored again there, if it wasn't for the reflexes of Hamish Flavel.
What a world-class save that by the North Geelong custodian. That was a goal-bound shot, and he managed to use his reflexes perfectly there and managed to push that away for a corner.
Good strike from Brian and an equally good save from Flavel. As the corner comes in, it's floating around the 6-yard box. It was dangerous situation there. Oh, it's Halliday with the header. Play continues. Nogler can't find the clearance, but he's found Anderson. Anderson keeps it in. Oh, it's a real scramble out there on that side. But the man tracking back was Tyler James. He's had a busy game today in the number 23 jersey. Coots wins out here. That will run too long for McGrath though, and Rossi can clean up and redirect the play to this side of the pitch perhaps, and use maybe his full 6 seconds here and a little bit more.
My gut instincts over the last couple of weeks have been pretty good, and I tell you what, we're in for an epic 15-minute finale to this game, and it won't end up 0-0. I've got a feeling it will be a goal, as we see Lachlan Weir go forward, and he lots it for Darius Madison. Darius Madison tries to get on the end of it unsuccessfully, and it's going to be a goal kick there. He almost proved me right, Darius Madison. I said that the game cannot end in a 0-0 draw. There's going to be a goal, and that was a great opportunity for the
next second
American to prove me correct, yes. But it's going to be a goal kick now. And
just a stride off the finishing touch there, actually, Madison, I guess. Okay, Rossi content to take time. The wind has died down just a fraction, and hopefully it stays that way. Banovac won the header initially. Nogler. And Collett. Collett, the man we are proclaiming the man of the match so far. Nogler looking for movement. There's McGrath in there. It's fairly stationary otherwise. Anderson can't reach that one though. Offerman. Nogler into the area. And at the back post, it's Weir. He's blasted it and it's saved into the side netting. It was a good save from Rossi. It was an equally good shot from Weir. It came almost out of nothing. Weir just ghosted into that back post area. Nice first touch and onto that favoured left foot, just blasting a low and hard shot. So shots being fired at each end of the ground. This is a really even contest.
And the scoreboard proves exactly what you just said. It's 0-0. And we've got about 15 minutes to go. It's a corner for North Geelong. What can happen here?
Well, this familiar set piece from the corner.
Banovac! His shot goes wide. Could have almost been.
Oh, just like last week again there.
Against the Goulburn Valley.
The goal in the 92nd minute up at Shepparton last week to rescue a point and keep the undefeated start to the season intact.
Just a reminder that St Albans, as the live ladder stands, are currently in second spot by virtue of their 4-2 triumph in Ballarat. Yep.
Yes, rumours that there was snow falling on the touchline during the second half of that match. Unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed, of course.
Brian playing it up the field. Nishimoto getting into the area. Big chance. And it's gone wide. It was Jake Butler. He got onto the end of that and it looked like it was going to sneak inside the post. It's actually come off a North Geelong player, so it will be a corner kick for Werribee City. As the big man come forward, looming more and more dangerous as this game goes on. The one to watch in there is surely Collett. Swung in by Paz. But Banavac is too good in the area there to clear it away. McGrath and Nogler forming a good combination. Nogler's going to back his pace here, you'd think. It's a little dink in towards Madison. And here he is, Madison with a shot. Oh! That looked like the moment the crowd was ready to go up. It almost looked like it had been a save from here, but the referee has indicated a goal kick. So we can only assume that the shot was just over the bar.
He's done it again. The American import has done it again. He's not listening to me. He's not going to do what prove me right. But he did very, very well, and it was probably the closest that North Geelong have come to scoring. It shaved the crossbar there. Binogler, how dangerous is the kid? How good is that kid?
All right, Banavac with the header. Here's Nogler again. That man Tonchi is a big fan of. Madison using his body well. Oh, Anderson's gone down. Yes, in a great area. 20 yards out. There's many protests coming in here. We haven't seen too many frees, and the Werribee City boys are not happy with this one. But it looked like it was there for me. So we'll see some sort of delay here until the wall is organised. And these chats have concluded between our match referee, Ahmed Al-Jalali. Nogler's got a hold of the ball. Who do you fancy for this set piece if there's to be a shot directly on the goal?
Well, Nogler is standing over the ball. I wonder if he's going to actually take this or Ryan Opperman's sort of lurking around there as well. I reckon it's going to be Opperman, personally. But Nogler is sort of looking at... No, it looks like Nogler is going to take it. And there's a bit of argy-bargy happening there with Banavac being pushed around. It's like they're playing one of those schoolyard games, You're My Prisoner, and they're knocking him around. It's Banavac who's towering over the other guys, and there's about 4 or 5 of the Werribee City defenders there in that wall. No, I reckon Opperman might take this, but Opperman and Nogler standing over the ball. And we've gone just on 81 minutes now. Steve, this is a bit of a tense moment. There you go. Here comes Nogler. Nogler now shoots. Oh, we're almost there. Yeah. Lachlan Weir now. He goes out onto his left peg, and he's wasted that ball because it's gone over the target, and it's gone for a goal kick.
Well, we're well inside the final 10 minutes of normal regulation time here at the moment. And while things have opened up a bit, we still feel that we're not any closer to a goal. Urges to go again from the North Geelong bench. Paz with the header. It's flicked on and out by Cassano. It's to be Nick Babcar to come across and take the throw. Quite some haircut that he has. He's channeling a bit of 90s or something, perhaps.
Good era, that.
Looking for Nishimoto, but can't find him. Now Madison will look to use his body, but Hodar's done very well there. Looking to dribble out of defence, which is a bold move at this stage of the match.
Very much so. Big shout out to Jono Perez, the coach of the Lara United team, the near neighbours here to the North Geelong Warriors. They earned their first points of the season today in State League 5. 0-0 against Barnstoneworth United, and he's just sent a message. I've just come home to be able to watch the NPL coverage on Facebook Live. So big shout out to Jono Perez. Still 0-0 over at Geelong that we know of. No further score updates from there. So 0-0 between Geelong and Moreland Zebras at this stage over at Stead Park. Just a few short kilometres away from Alco Park here.
It's a big game for Geelong today there in that fixture against Moreland. The Zebras. It's another Skyer. It could bring rain. This is Babcock. Paz with the centre. He's looking for the substitute there, which is Paola. Here's Madison in front of the North fans. Swinging in a low ball. Babcock cuts it out as Nogler approached. Casano. This is Offerman, a little bit of a juggle, showing his skills. Babcock's in quickly. Nishimoto. Oh, big challenge from Banavach. The referee says, you got the ball. I think Paz will not agree, and there's calls to put the ball out. Play goes on, though. At the back post, this is Weir. Madison, 18 yards out. He can't get a shot away. Rossi will claim, and now we've got players going down all over the place. And Paz is in pain, I think, here. He's holding his knee. I think we need to see the ball be put out here. So there's a bit of unrest developing late in this game. It's a big challenge from Banavach there, and Paz went down. It may have been some of the man in that one, but the referee was on the spot to wave play on. It is Madison having a bit of a chat now to referee Al Jalali. Running out of time now for a late goal.
Yeah, 85 minutes gone. Got a few other people that are tuning in, and it's great to see a whole heap of different people tuning into our broadcast. Big shout out to Joanne Plummer, the chairperson of the Geelong Region Football Committee. Joe's very well renowned around here in Geelong, both in the commercial but also the football community. And big cheerio to her. We've got probably around about 10 minutes to go. I think there's been a lot of stoppages in this second half, Stephen, and I'd be surprised if there isn't at least 5 to 6 minutes of stoppages as Paz comes back on. Good to see the midfielder there, the attacking midfielder is still okay. And as soon as he comes on, he gets the ball now. It's Paz. Nogler gets the ball. Headed out by Banavats. Looks for Opperman. Opperman goes down now with a little bit of a clip. Advantage is paid. Lockie McGrath goes forward. And then it quickly rebounds back to Werribee. As the high ball goes now forward looking for Hamish Flavel. And he's found him, but he wasn't looking for him. But the North Geelong goalkeeper safely has the pill in his hands as he goes for a big protruding kick forward. Michael Anderson gets collected there. Now it's it was Murray, wasn't it? They had the ball. Yep. Once again, North Geelong now, and Nogler tries to control it, and the ball goes out of play. Throw in to Werribee.
And we're about to see a sub for Werribee. It is going to be Lisandro Paz coming off, and he's going to be replaced by number 14, Samuel McCall. So McCall will come straight into midfield. He's definitely a tough day to come on as a substitute. Going back to my playing days, not much fun coming on a cold day like this in the 85th minute.
Oh no, and the wind is just ridiculous. As we see another substitution as well for North Geelong coming off is number 37, Lachlan McGrath, and he's replaced by 22, Patrick Karras. So North Geelong have used all three of their substitutes now. The ball comes out of play. It's going to be a free kick, in fact. A push on Nishimoto there. I think it was Casano that did the infringing there. So it's going to be a free kick now. To Werribee City, we've gone just on 88 minutes. As hopefully we are going to avoid the rain, because you can just feel it in the air that the rain is coming on its way. The rain clouds are lurking around Alco Park ominously as Bakvar has the ball. Looks for options further afield, none coming, so he goes for a long, hopeful ball right towards the goal mouth, but it's safely taken by Hamish Flavel.
Was that a shot? Okay, here's Madison. His tussle with Collette continues. Here's Madison into the area. Plays a low ball. It's cut out, though, brilliantly by Sean Hodel. As it gets darker and darker here, I have to say I am wearing 2 pairs of socks and I cannot feel my toes properly at the moment, which is never a good thing when you're playing the game. It's going to be Offerman standing over the ball as North Geelong prepare to take this corner. As we are into 89 minutes into this game. It's short and swung in. It's on the penalty area. There's the big man fly in there. It's just bounced out and it's been blocked by Jake Butler. Put his foot in there importantly. All the big men were forward for North Geelong. Only it looks like Nogler and Cassano remained back, and Werribee defending with their whole 11 players in the penalty area there. Just swung in again, and that wind is wreaking havoc and actually goes around behind the goal and hits that support. They're holding up the net there. Bounces onto the training park here. The kids are out there enjoying some kickabout football despite the freezing cold. I suppose it is a good way to keep warm. We're just trying to find out for you how many minutes will be added on at the end of the 90. Wind intensifying again. We're going to have 4 minutes added on. Rossi takes the goal kick and Nishimoto flicks the header. It's out for a throw for North Geelong. Picked up by Cassano. It's being told to throw down the line. Nogler with a flick. Babcock knocks it back. This is Brian. Chased by Anderson. And he's lost possession. Offerman. He's looking for Lockie Weir. That's snuffed out as well. And it really is proving to be a battle of the defences today. Babcock. Cut out by Offerman. Nogler. This is Madison in the wide area on the right. He stands up, Babcock. Looks to go right, then left. He's looking for Nogler. This is Nogler with the shot. It wasn't a powerful one, but it was a tricky one. It flew towards that bottom left corner, and it was eventually easily fielded by Rossi as the wind and the rain comes into our commentary position here in injury time at Elko Park. Cassano got something on that, I think, and it's gone out for a throw just in front of Brian's position there. Brian looks like he's actually got the sleeves pulled over his hands almost. Got assistant coach for Werribee City, Craig Moore, just asking if we could turn the lights on here.
I thought he was talking about the mics. He should be watching the game and not listening to us.
Nogler. This is Anderson. Collette with the clearance. Anderson. He was collected late. We had a good view of it from here, and so did the referee. And we've only got a couple of minutes left here as the wind comes in, blowing the rain sideways into our face. As we said earlier, we hope you're enjoying this from the comfort of your home, maybe giving the heater a run for the first time this year.
We're certainly not enjoying the conditions, but we are enjoying the game as it now comes towards the end there. Opperman's got the ball. He's got a bit of space there to do something with it. He floats in a long, hopeful ball. The goal comes over now right into the goal mouth. Stops props. It ends up back now. Nishimoto and Cassano. And it's number 10. Brian's got the ball. Could this be a counter-attack now? Quickly Halliday gets it out far. Madison now is pushing and propping. And he's going to be tripped over right in front of the referee. Right in front of the referee is going to be there's going to be a free kick, and that's about it. We've only got about a minute to go. Now I think
sheer confusion there. I think some of the players, sections of the players were unsure whether the play was actually live.
We're actually confused. Is it a Werribee ball or is it a North Geelong ball? Looks like it's a Werribee ball.
Yeah, well, Madison was chopped down there, but as it turns out, there had already been an offside decision. I believe he may have been returning from an offside position. And it was a nasty foul by Collett, but it was in effect non-consequential because it wasn't deemed to be in play. Coots cleans up for Anderson. But that man Collett again just puts his foot right through that one again. Nogler's concentration wins out to win the header there. up the field by Offerman, but there's he's sort of really hit the corner there with no one in it. Madison has moved out into some of these wider areas on your near side of your picture as this game's gone on. I think the players now are looking around for the referee's whistle.
I think that's just about it. I think that's just about the ball game.
As the wind picks up again, Babcock will be throwing it into the wind. I think he'll be smart just to hit the line here. Nishimoto does well. Brian, Babcock. This is Cassano won the header there. Cassano's been solid there today. Referee Al Jalali's held the whistle to his mouth for a moment there. And again, Nishimoto and Cassano tussle. Offerman to Nogler. This is Coots, Banavach. And we've got full time here at Alco Park in this top of the table clash. Two undefeated teams remaining undefeated in an interesting contest, but one where defences have certainly won out, Tonchi.
Yeah, absolutely. In the end, both defences did exceptionally well, and it was a great contest in the end. But it's not a result North Geelong will be happy with. They slipped to third spot now as St Albans, their sister club, jump into second spot courtesy of that 4-2 win over Ballarat City. Moving on to round 8 next week, Moreland Zebras host Werribee City. And last we heard Moreland Zebras and Geelong are 0-0 over at Stead Park. And North Geelong are back here again next week when they host Melbourne Victory. Should be a fantastic game, a very exciting game that will be, no doubt, because North Geelong certainly have got a lot to play for next week. They need to win if they want to stay in contention with the leaders. And handshakes all round. It was a very entertaining game and a very even game in the end. 0-0. I'm frozen. I'm going home. Don't know about you, Steve. Good night and thank you to everyone.
Yes, thanks, Tonchi. Thanks for coming out into the cold tonight. And if you've been watching at home, we hope you've enjoyed it. On behalf of me, Steve Curtin, and Tonchi Prusak, and everyone on the broadcast team, we wish you a lovely Saturday night, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you. And so, just to recap that score, it was 0-0 at Alco Park. Good night.